Who do you think is going to win Finals MVP? I mean, does everybody here still have the Lakers winning the series?
Yeah.
Everybody still has them winning, right?
Yeah.
So who do you guys think is going to win Finals MVP between Anthony Davis and LeBron?
I was going to say AD before the 15-point game,
Yes.
but now it's looking like AD is going to have like another like a 30-40 ball on back-to-back games, a double-double, because that 15-point game, and he got in foul trouble early, so it kind of threw away his rhythm and all that. But that game kind of like put him down because LeBron was also having 2 great games. So and he had the last game, he didn't play bad, he just played better than AD.
Yeah.
So like now you got to look at it like, damn, now AD, and you know the media is biased to LeBron. LeBron's was automatically
It was LeBron's to lose.
It was LeBron's to
coming into the
lose. So
series.
now AD, you just put yourself in a position to lose it with that 15-point game. So now you're gonna have to go Shaq mode, and you're gonna have 40-point games.
And to your point, I think that, you know, LeBron has been consistent this whole series. AD had that one flop game, kind of like what Curry had when
Why do you do
Durant won the Finals MVP.
That is true, though. That is
You
true.
know,
He was gonna ice.
He should have won it, but he didn't because he had
bro.
a flop game. I mean, but you're right. The media is biased towards LeBron. I mean, they're so biased that they were thinking of taking the MVP away from Giannis, which is a regular season award. The voting
is so ridiculous.
The voting is narrative driven. People are talking about co-MVPs, but I think there's 11 voters.
There's
so
11
that's
voters.
not possible.
They're idiots.
So
they're really trying to say it, and it's like 11. There's a legit 11 voters.
If there was ever going to be a co-MVP, though, I think this would be the year it would make the most sense.
But it would be probably on that team and the other team that would make it co-MVP. You can't have. I wouldn't say you have 2 co-MVPs on the same team. Because if that's the case, you would have to give it to Steph and KD at least once, Shaq and Kobe at least once. You didn't do that, so why on earth would you do it now?
It's a very good
That's
point.
a great point.
I mean, when you look at the numbers, though, like just strictly based on the numbers, because I'll get into beyond the numbers, but just on the numbers, LeBron 27.7, 10.7 rebounds, 8.7 assists, 0.7 steals, and a block a game. AD 27 points a game, 9.3 rebounds, 3 steals, a steal, or 3 assists, a steal, and a block. Although he's doing it on better efficiency, LeBron is putting up the better numbers in the series. And then beyond the numbers, LeBron just has a bigger impact on the game. Like the offense does not run without LeBron James handling the ball.
To be
if you
fair,
watch
though,
the team, like
when AD went out with foul trouble, the offense did look really, really shaky last
they
game.
weren't shooting the ball well.
Yeah, they just looked.
They were
out of
getting
whack.
shots.
What I want to say, what I didn't like, and shout out to Jimmy Butler, because you know Jimmy Butler played incredible last game. He demanded the ball. He was out there grabbing rebounds. He was playing point guard, shooting guard, small forward,
Which he didn't do in game 2.
Yeah.
And it killed him.
And he decided, listen, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna play my heart out. 43 minutes. He did his thing. In the fourth quarter, what I really didn't like, and I was kind of like, LeBron had an opportunity to stop Jimmy in the fourth quarter. He had an opportunity. And I didn't like how the fact that he kept letting the easy screens get KCP on Jimmy or Markieff Morris on him. I didn't like how he wasn't fighting over the screens, getting over them, because it kind of hurt them in a way, because Jimmy just kept looking for the mismatch. And I don't know, everybody looks at KCP as a big mismatch. And once they switch on him, it's like the easy bucket. Markieff Morris was a bucket. So I want to see next game LeBron fight over the screens, get over the screens, and hopefully get back to guarding Jimmy, because he's the only one that can do it out of their wings.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it, I feel like that's what's going to happen, but I just don't it just feels like the series is dead. It feels like it's over. Because the Heat played as well as they could possibly play without Bam and Goran Dragic, and they still had to fight tooth and nail to win the game. With AD throwing up a stinker.
Tyler Harry didn't even play that good either until like the fourth.
You know, I
and they ain't
think
throw up that mean mug.
Yeah.
I think that the Heat are better.
Oh, man, I knew
without
it.
Bam Adebayo.
I knew that was coming.
They are better because Kelly Olynyk, he's averaging 15 in this series, and he spaces the floor for the Heat. With Bam,
Game 2, he got crushed though.
With Bam, he's a good passer, he's a good defender, but he can't space the floor.
I feel like this is a
take. I get that though.
I feel like this is a take very based on the fact that Anthony Davis
barely
didn't play well, but he didn't play well because he didn't play because he had 3 fouls in the first half, 2 in the first quarter. Like if Anthony Davis was out there without the foul, Kelly Olynyk and Myers Leonard would have been running for cover out of the bubble.
At one point, they had Jay Crowder guarding AD.
Yeah,
like,
there is nobody on that team that can guard AD. AD is the only person in the series that can guard himself. Like it just can't happen. And Bam actually gives them a viable option to defend AD on one end and not be a total wash.
But if you're going to get killed...
I do agree with Joel. On the offensive end, Kelly Olynyk would be the better option because he can space the floor. He can do the pick and pop. He can hit the shot.
The reason Jimmy Butler was getting ISOs on KCP is because Bam isn't there. Did you see how open the floor was in the fourth quarter? I felt like whenever Jimmy ISO, there was nobody even like 6 feet near them.
That's true.
That's a fair point. It opens up.
To be fair, if AD is in the game, that switch looks a lot different if you go and ask Myers Leonard for a screen or you ask Kelly Olynyk for a screen because now you got AD on you. So the switch looks a lot different. LeBron can still guard Kelly Olynyk or Myers Leonard. So
Bam can actually play on the offensive end. Like I'm not giving the ball to Myers Leonard or Kelly Olynyk to get me a bucket.
At the 3, I am.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah,
at the 3, Bam, I'm letting him shoot that all day.
Well, Bam, luckily for Bam, he's smart. He rolls down with. I mean, it's gonna be tricky to see how they're gonna play his rotation because I don't know.
Did we hear anything about Bam for Game 4? Because I heard Goran Dragic is probably
he moved to questionable.
He's questionable. So you have LeBron as
right now. LeBron
Finals MVP. You have LeBron too. How about you, Wilnir? Who do you have?
I'm gonna have LeBron too, just because again, Game 3 really ruined Anthony Davis. If the Game 3 didn't happen, like if we were to be on this podcast like a couple of days ago, I was gonna say AD, just because like statistically he was better and just like on the offensive side, it seemed like everything was running through AD for the most part. But just the way that he performed in Game 3, again, not really having that many minutes because of foul trouble, but that was the game that, you know, he still needed to be consistent if he wanted to become the Finals MVP. I still think AD has a shot to get it. I don't think it's as far apart between LeBron and AD getting the Finals MVP as you guys are saying. I still think if, you know, AD puts up maybe 30 in Game 4 and 30 in Game 5, I still think that it might be an edge towards AD. But as of right now, 3 games in, I'm going to say LeBron gets the Finals MVP.
Yeah. I think we all have LeBron.
Yeah, and we said it after Game 2. Me and you had this conversation, and like we said at the beginning, it was LeBron's to lose, so AD would still have to really blow him out of the water.
Exactly. He really does.
Because if it's neck and neck, just like legacy-driven and like narrative-driven, the voters are going to give it to LeBron because it's more impactful, I feel like.
So real quick, who do you guys think wins Game 4?
The Lakers.
The Lakers.
I think Miami takes one more.
You think the series is going to 6 or 7?
I had Lakers in 6.
You got Lakers in 6?
Yeah, I think Miami has the momentum right now. They're hot, they're angry, and they're ready to roll out. I think Jimmy's on another level right now, and I think they're gonna come out, punch him in the mouth, and they're gonna win Game 4, and then it's over.
I think we might see, yet another career-defining moment for LeBron, because the way he walked off, which a lot of people criticized, the way he walked off at the end of Game 3. He looked like...
Forget that. The way he let Jimmy Butler outplay him like that.
I think
that was ridiculous.
I think LeBron's going to come in with a big chip on his shoulder, and we see how that has played out in his career. Usually not very well for the people on the other end. If you remember Klay Thompson, I think he got his feelings hurt, and we see how that went for them in the long run. And, you saw Jimmy. He's in trouble. Tyler Hero with the snarl at the end.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of disrespect going on. And
well, to be fair, LeBron said it first in the first quarter. He said, y'all in trouble. And all Jimmy did was kill and then retaliate with, now y'all in trouble. So,
But Tyler Hero.
They're still down 2-1.
Tyler Hero's going to talk. He's just going to talk all day. He used to do that in Kentucky. He's going to talk.
It's over. I think the Lakers win in 5. They're going to win the next game. And I think every single series they've won in 5 in the playoffs so far, I think there's going to be the same thing.
Everyone is different, though. Houston won the first game.
Is it, though?
Yeah, Houston won the first game. It was different. I'm going to tell you why it's different. Houston went into the first game. Westbrook, he's talking nasty. They blew him out first game, lost 4 straight. Denver, to be fair, Denver's series wasn't bad. Almost every game was really close. Yeah. They just lost because LA had the better player down the stretch. This series, I feel like it's going to be a little different because Jimmy has that chip on his shoulder. He has that takeover badge. You know how when you get in 2K, when you get mad hot. So it's like takeover. He has that takeover badge right now. And in the fourth, he's demanding the ball. He wants the ball at every moment. He's grabbing rebounds. He's going out there making plays for all his players. He's doing everything that he needs to do. It's like he's going out there with the mindset of like, if we're going to lose because of me. We're not going to lose because of anybody else. And I feel like right now, Denver didn't really have that dog, that mindset, like a Jimmy type player. And I feel like with Jimmy right now, and if Bam does play, they get that spark back. They're like, all right, now we got a little healthy. We're ready. We're mobile. We can do this. We just got to play D, and we just got to, make these rotations, and then we can win this game 4.
With all due respect, Jimmy Butler probably is thinking all the things that you have said right now, but no matter how hard he thinks it and tries to speak it into existence, he's not good enough to do it.
Oh wow!
And
simple as
I love Jimmy Butler, but
He
that
just
was
did it.
He's not good enough to this one game.
Game 3 was the greatest game he can play.
Watch this.
They played a perfect game.
Watch this. They didn't play a perfect game.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler did. The team as a whole didn't
Is
play
he going to
perfect.
replicate that?
As
Hell
long as he
no.
can do good and the team can be good, because he had to literally put them on their back and carry.
And
he
you
did.
think he's not going to have to do the same
I
thing?
don't think so. I mean, I
Let
don't
me.
think so.
He's
Let
not
me-
out dueling LeBron.
Let me counter
Simple
your
as
point.
that.
Let me counter your point
did it.
because you said every series has been different. But go back to Portland. And what was it? Portland wins game 1. They're the greatest 8 seed of all time. The Lakers
why
are in
people are saying
trouble. They're going to get knocked out. They have no guards to contain Damian Lillard. Get series over in 5. The Rockets, they win game 1. Russell Westbrook's pounding his chest. They're not going to be able to contain Harden. The small ball lineup, series over in 5.
That's fair.
The Nuggets, they go down 3-1. They're the comeback kids. Jamal Murray hits the shimmy after he hits the 3 to end
you're
the
right.
game. Series
Now,
over
let me
in
ask you a
5.
question to counter
And
that.
look at this.
All right.
The Heat win their game.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler, they're in trouble. Tyler Hero, the snarl, they're coming back. The
Okay.
Heat, they're
Okay.
so good.
Now watch this. We all can agree that Dame and James Harden are better than Jimmy Butler, right?
Yes.
Did any of them two have a performance like what Jimmy Butler just had?
Did Jimmy Butler
I'm
get
pretty
double
sure
teamed
Dame
once he
did,
stepped
didn't he?
past half court?
Dame definitely did.
Had a 40-point triple-double?
No, but he
Did
had
he-
a game where he
Watching the
carried
game,
Trailblazers.
did you at any point see, dang, somebody has done what Jimmy Butler just did? The whole playoffs.
The only reason
James Harden did it.
the only
Dame
reason-
did it.
The only reason why I think that doesn't hold up is because James Harden didn't do it because they literally did not allow him to do it. The defensive scheme they played on him, no other player got that same treatment. If you're telling me Jimmy Butler is getting doubled once he steps past half court, you are lying.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
what is
saying-
happening to
I'm
James
saying-
Harden all 48 minutes.
Okay,
that's what was
that's a
happening
lie.
to him. Yes,
But
it
I'm saying-
was. He was always getting. What are you talking about? He was always
First of
getting
all-
double teamed.
First of all, it's impossible to be double teamed. 48
But you
minutes
know what
a
I'm
game.
talking about. Every single time he was on the floor, he got double teamed once he stepped past half court. Jimmy Butler's not getting that treatment.
Even if you could throw James Harden because he gets double teamed, Westbrook didn't have any impact on the game.
Yeah, but we're
against LA.
talking about the best player on
If
the
Jimmy
team.
if
You
Jimmy
mentioned
can
James
if
Harden.
Jimmy can replicate, not get a 40-point triple-double, if Jimmy can get maybe a 25, 30-point game, and his team can play better than how they played last game because they didn't play perfect, then they can definitely steal another game easily.
But that's the thing; those two things won't
Well, they
happen.
have-
Jimmy
they have to
Butler
happen.
won't play like that, and then
well, he won't
also
play as good,
have,
but
like,
he's
the core
been playing good games 1, 2, and 3. He's been playing pretty solid. So all he has to do is play good, and his team has to play good while he's playing good. If and it's a big if, but if they can do that, they can steal game 4.
I think it's over. I think that you're going to see LeBron and AD because AD
AD,
coming
yeah.
off a stinker of a
Ben not
game.
getting foul trouble again.
Those two guys, I think they're going to come in spitting fire, and I don't think anybody in the league can stop them, like this duo when they are full force, like pedal to the metal. I just don't think anybody can stop that, and I certainly don't think the Heat. Although they've had a great season, I love the Heat. Don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. I just don't think that they have the firepower to go punch for punch with the Lakers.
Just so the people at home know, Jamal Murray in the win against the Lakers had 28, 12, and 8. So, And then Damian Lillard in their win had 34, 5, and 5.
What about Harden?
40-point triple-double.
Let me pull up Harden. Hold on.
I am very interested to see though
And-
how LeBron comes out after
Me
this
too.
one.
Just keep
because-
in mind, Harden got double teamed the entire game when he was on the court.
And when you think about it, like When Russell Westbrook started to play well for the very small portion of that series that he played well, LeBron stepped up and guarded him and shut that down. When Jamal Murray played well, he stepped up and shut that down. When Damian Lillard played well, he switched on to Dame for a couple of possessions and shut that down.
LeBron was fouling Jamal Murray.
James Harden 36, 5 and 2 in the win.
Point triple double. Beast.
Look, I don't care about that. It's over.
But I'm just saying it's been shown in the past 3 series that whenever one player has that monstrous game, that the Lakers and LeBron are able to adjust to it.
Do you think Jimmy Butler has that game again?
Not at all.
He cannot.
Do you think they win another game?
Not at all.
I didn't say he was going to have another game like that. I just think they're going to steal game 4. That's all. And you just said you don't care about that game, but you just said winning memorable moments matter. That's a memorable moment.
Do I think
you just contradicted yourself?
When I said memorable moments for the rookie talk.
No, you said memorable moments matter in somebody's career. That matters.
It will matter.
Definitely
literally
going to.
No, literally said that.
I'm saying, of course, a moment is a great moment, but it doesn't matter.
Don't try to put salt on his name. Like, I don't care because it's over.
It doesn't matter in terms of this series. It doesn't matter in terms of this series.
He'll never get to the finals. James Harden will never do that in his life because he will never.
Has Curry ever had a 40-point triple-double in the finals?
He had a 47-point game last year. 47. First of all,
he did it.
First of all, has James Harden ever made the finals after that year? No, he never will.
He's never had a team like Curry had. Curry's on a juggernaut, bro. He was on
the juggernaut two times.
The thing is that it doesn't matter in terms of the complexion of this series. The series is still going to be over in 5 or 6. It doesn't matter. Jimmy Butler's performance, it was great. Nobody's knocking it. But he won't do that again.
Do I think the Heat can win another game? Yeah, I think it can happen. Anything can happen when you're playing in the finals. But
boom,
I just think the Lakers are going to come out.
This
chip on their shoulder.
This 2020 Heat finals versus the Lakers is the same thing versus the 2009 finals versus the Lakers when Orlando was there. They're going to lose in 5 easily.
I thought they lost in 6.
No, I think they lost in 5. I don't know. Y'all can search it up, fact check, do whatever you want. If it's 6, if it's 5, who cares? The Heat are losing. They're not winning the finals.
I'm trying to say who cares.
2009 finals, it was 5.
Oh,
5. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I feel like this more reminds me of 2001 when AI faced up against Shaq and Kobe. I think this is more memorable of that. You got one guy, the All-Star.
Heat is just not one guy, though.
I don't
No, I'm saying, no, because that Philly team wasn't just one guy, but I'm saying you got the one star, and you got a bunch of good players around, and you got the 2 superstars on the other end.
That wasn't Orlando?
That also finished up in 5, too.
I think Hito Turkoglu was an All-Star that year.
Nah. Jameer Nelson was, but he was injured the whole playoffs.
They were a solid team.
Well, nobody expected Miami to go to the finals.
No.
I don't think they expected Orlando to beat LeBron. They beat LeBron to get there.
I don't think anybody expected Orlando to beat LeBron that year. But at the end of the day, I just don't think that the Heat can keep up with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't say Miami was going to win the series now. I didn't say that.
A lot of people are talking like it's a new series. The Heat have like this reinvigorated.
I bet you they're all Heat fans.
You could look me in the eye.
They're all Heat fans.
This series is over. The Heat are not winning this series. You can clip this.
That's a good run, though.
Whatever you want to do, this series,
you just
it's
eye
over.
the camera down?
It's over.
So you think it's over in 5, Wilnir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot see LeBron.
But shout out to the Heat, though, because this has been a really good run. And this is going to help them in the long run. Because a lot of teams
going to be very
listen,
good.
I'm a Bulls fan, Knicks fan, Nets fan. We have not seen this in our lifetime. So shout out to you guys. You get to see it repeatedly.
The Bulls are going to be very good moving forward, and this was an incredible
season. The Bulls
season.
Or the Heat?
You see the vision?
The Heat.
Yeah.
The Bulls.
I do like what the Bulls are doing, though. But the Heat are going to be very good for the very near future, for the years to come. They're going to be a great team because they're a great organization, and this was a major over-exceeding of expectations. So credit to them, but
Miami. Well, they were
Lakers in
5.
5th.
5.
Or 5th or 4th.
They beat the Pacers.
Yeah,
Swept the Pacers.
Okay.
I just want to say that I said that the Heat could be a dark horse when the bubble started. I'm going to start plugging the WSU
Good job for predicting
stuff.
that.
I'm going to plug the WSU stuff. I said in our NBA preview. We're just going to leave it at that.